Hello and welcome to CCMS Tips. My name is Thomas Stuenkel. Today we want to answer the question, what is substantial completion? And my partner on the other side is Andrew, and Andrew is the founder and president of BlueRithm, and he can answer this question very well. Hello, Andrew.
Hello, Thomas.
It's great to have you here, Andrew.
Happy to be back. Thank you.
Andrew, what is substantial completion? I think you can answer this question very well.
Yeah, thanks. So I have some notes and some ideas about substantial completion from my experience and some research I did. I think from a general standpoint, substantial completion is usually considered to be the point in the project where the building or asset is considered to be fit for use or fit and ready for its intended purpose. So usually a substantial completion is going to be comprised of multiple milestones that have been set earlier on in the project, and it may contain all of the systems and their subsystems, which may or may not be completed in a certain order. They could be completed asynchronously throughout the course of the project. At that point, or at substantial completion, the commissioning team has usually fully tested all of the systems and all of the subsystems and determined that they're ready to be placed into service safely. And another big trigger that happens when or at substantial completion is the primary contractor may be eligible for payment. And there's some other big, so those are some practical aspects of it, but there are also some legal and other aspects of substantial completion, which may include the owner actually taking over responsibility for the project. So they need to start providing their insurance. They need to start paying utility bills. They need to begin maintenance or take control or responsibility of maintenance. So it really becomes their property at that point rather than the contractor's property, which it has been up until that point. And I think another thing that's important to recognize with substantial completion is that it's usually defined in contracts as being something that's different than final completion. So even though you may reach a contractually defined substantial completion, the project may not be complete yet. So there may be outstanding punch list items. There may still be some work going on, but that transfer of ownership has happened. The contractual milestones have been met. Systems have been placed into service and they're operating correctly, but there still may be some ongoing work. So while the contractor, primary contractor, may be eligible for payment, there may still be some payment that's withheld, whether it's retention or whether it's something else, withheld until those final punch list items or those final elements of work have been completed.
Mm-hmm. The wording substantial completion, is this used in every industry or is this more in, for example, building commissioning? Because my experience is more in oil and gas and petrochemical energy. We didn't use it there. Final completion, yes, we use it, but substantial completion is very seldom used. Can you say something about this?
Sure. I think I think substantial completion is a bit of a legal term, and I guess I don't know if you dug through those contracts, maybe that term is in there somewhere. It's just the typical jargon from industry to industry is perhaps different. But just in my general research, substantial completion seems to be a generally accepted legal term that designates a certain point in a project. But it is commonly used in the building commissioning industry or the building construction property development industry, and it's a well recognized term. But just in my research, I did see it pop up in different industries, energy sector, oil and gas, and other types of construction and asset delivery projects as well.
So if you want to track, for example, if the building is substantially completed, or are there any open punch points? So what is a good thing to do, or tools, what would you use for tracking these things?
Sure. So this is actually something that we help our customers with, and it's something they use our software for, not just at the point of substantial completion, but throughout the project to manage the process. Like I mentioned, substantial completion is made up of many, many milestones throughout the whole course of a project, and substantial completion or final completion. So it doesn't, of course, just happen one day. It's a result of coordinated efforts over the course of months or years to finally arrive at a certain point. So in order to do that, you have to have a good handle on everything that's happening on a project, from the earliest phases all the way till the end. And the way you do that is you have a centralized database of all of this asset information, all of the equipment information, all of the activities, the work, and eventually the punch list activities as you get into construction and testing phases. And when you build out your database in a way that allows you to query and filter on different parameters, where you can say, we're ready to reach a milestone for a certain system, show me everything that is outstanding for this particular system, and that may include dozens or hundreds of pieces of equipment potentially, and that equipment or those systems may have many issues, many outstanding punch list items, lots of checklists and test forms and other activities that have gone into the work that was necessary for those systems. So to be able to answer those types of questions about what's left, what's outstanding, what do we need to do in order to reach this milestone for a given system, it's very difficult to do if you don't have a centralized database that's built in a way to allow you to ask those types of questions. Otherwise, it's going to require you to compile a bunch of Excel spreadsheets and PDF forms and Word documents and other things and try to make sense of all of that. Whereas with the centralized database designed to answer those types of questions, you can essentially ask the system what's left for this equipment or this group of equipment or systems or area of a building or part of a plant, and you can get those answers very easily. So all of that feeds into this discussion about substantial completion as you're going through and reaching these different milestones. And whether it's a single milestone or a group of milestones or substantial completion, you can get those answers very easily.
Okay, great. And your software can be used in different industries, not only in building commissioning industry, I think.
That's correct. Yep. So we definitely have customers that work in the building, commissioning, property development industry, but we also have customers from other industries as well, and they're using BlueRithm successfully on very large projects. And that's a result of the way we design BlueRithm. It's very effective for building commissioning, but it's also very effective in these other industries because it's built in a way where it's very modular, and you can put together your different workflows and types of activities that go into those types of projects. So we also have templates and other content that we can offer people to help them get started, regardless of what industry they're from. So yes, it's definitely a useful tool across different industries. Really, any type of project that's very equipment and systems centric and very technical and detailed, it works very well for.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Andrew. And you, dear listener and viewer, if you are interested in CCMS, which you can use quite easily, visit BlueRithm.com. Thank you very much, Andrew, and I hope to speak to you soon.
Thanks, Thomas. It's been fun. Appreciate you having me back.
Thank you. Bye-bye.